Hey girl, thank you so much for your DM. Unfortunately, I can't tell you exactly where you should be at on your financial journey right now.
These are 3 things that will keep you broke in your 20s as a financially responsible 23-year-old.
Everything I wish somebody told me about money in my early 20s.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
Welcome back.
We are young adults technically. We're about to be out of young adult phase because we are both 25.
I don't even know if it's considered young adults anymore.
I don't think we are. I think we're just adults now.
It should be. We're still young.
Yeah. Honestly, it should really move around because lifespan is like way higher nowadays.
Yeah.
I didn't know the other words to say for that. Honestly, but you have any advice for young adults yourself?
Yes. Don't go into debt, I guess.
If you have mine's kind of small. If you have a holy shirt, it is the favorite shirt to wear outside to wear as pajamas. That's what I do. It's my favorite shirt. She got me this shirt, and it's my favorite shirt, and I'm not getting rid of it because it has holes in it.
Yeah, and don't waste your money on Shein and going clothes shopping and stuff. You can use old clothes. It doesn't matter.
Wait for the games to go on sale before you buy anything, because
Always wait for a sale.
wait for sales for everything. Yeah. Anyway,
For real.
let's go to other actual useful young adult advice.
Yeah, hopefully they're useful.
Hopefully.
These are 3 things that will keep you broke in your 20s as a financially responsible 23-year-old. If you're new here, my name is Lillian and I help uplevel your career and finances, so if that interests you, make sure to drop a follow. First is living beyond your means. I think with social media especially, it's really emphasized because you're not seeing only what your friends and people at work are doing. There are a lot of people who are increasing their lifestyle as their income increases, but not their savings, which is why you still see a lot of 6-figure earners living paycheck to paycheck. The second thing that will keep you broke in your 20s is using services like buy now, pay later. I know a lot of people use them for essentials sometimes, but I think it can really lead to a slippery slope. I think it's best to avoid it if possible and only purchase items that you can pay in full without having to use BNPL. The third thing that I think really destroys someone's budget is taking out savings that you said that you would save, but using that as spending. You gotta listen to this. People say that they're gonna save a certain amount of money, they put it away, and they say, I'm not gonna touch this money unless I have an emergency or I'm saving up for like a bigger purchase. But if you're taking out money that you put into savings as an excuse to spend it, then it really destroys the purpose of you saving the money, and I think keeps a lot of people in the cycle of not having enough money. If you're having trouble doing this, I would recommend putting away your savings into a separate account that you don't touch, that's not connected to your checkings. Write down the password, put it somewhere safe, and just try to actively forget about it so you just pretend the savings aren't there. These are
That last one was useful, but I have to say, like, when it comes to that stuff like that, it kind of like sits with me. I had to say, if people are saving their money, they're saving it for whatever they want to save it for. If they're different savings to spend, and it's on them. It's on them at the end of the day, truly, because that's what I did. I just throw money in my savings to spend it later. So
Exactly. But sometimes you have to have the budget if you're gonna pull money out of the savings and stuff.
yeah,
So that you're not just constantly spending everything in there.
yeah. Well, at a certain point, you have to. If you're like me, when I first had my first job, I would put everything in my savings and then not have my checkings, just so oh, I need money, and just take it out real quick on my app and then use it. I don't know why I did that. Actually,
That's what we do still.
yeah, it is what we do. So actually, yeah, never mind. Yeah, we just do the same thing always. Just put all the money in the savings and take out what we need to spend.
Yeah, because apparently if you have all the money in the checking account, it's easier for people to steal that rather than it being in the savings.
It truly is. It truly is. Also, you earn money off of your saving account. So actually, it's a really good idea to just put all your money in a savings account and just take it out when you need to use it.
Yeah, it's just not the best way to invest, but it is still kind of an investment.
Yeah, because you earn money off of it.
Yep,
Even though it's 1 cent.
for real. And yeah, don't use buy now and pay later.
Oh yeah, never use that mess.
It's horrible.
Truly. Actually, that's the one financial decision that I never made, because I was when a gaming PC, when I had a job, when I first got it, I'm like, buy now, pay later. And no, and then I never bought one.
You're better off just opening like 0% APR credit cards like during the promotional periods.
Yeah.
Opening like a bunch of those if you have emergencies that you just have to get something, because then that way you can just pay it off over time, no interest, and you don't have to deal with all that weird buy now pay later stuff.
Yeah, I never trusted it. Like I don't like this.
Yeah, don't trust everything.
No.
Everything I wish somebody told me about money in my early 20s. I was able to make my first million before I turned 30, but I would have got there a lot sooner if I didn't have to figure out all these things by myself. One thing that I did right was I made all my memories early. I traveled really young. I went to the club a lot while I was really, really young. What that meant is that I was bored of it by the time I was about 24, 25, and I used that time to learn and educate myself. But two, I wish I knew this sooner, and I tell my siblings this all the time. Do not save your money. Put your savings into a mutual ETF fund and invest. I wish I knew this sooner, because I would have been wealthier years earlier. Number 3 is start your own business or pick a career in an industry that easily allows you to make over 6 figures. The primary word being easy. Some industries have a lot of money flowing through and some industries don't. For example, the tech industry is very easy to make over 6 figures. So pick your industry or your niche carefully. Otherwise, you will suffer further down the line. And now I look back at all the cringy things that I tried in my early 20s, and the only thing I regret is not trying even more things. Don't be afraid to try. Don't feel like you're cringy. I don't even remember half of the cringy shit I did. All I know is that we got money now. Everything
British.
I guess that's what it's now. Anyway.
It wasn't advice. It was advice. Put your money in savings, please. You can do both. You can do both at the same time. Can we stop acting like we can't do both at the same time?
Yeah, because you should have an emergency savings that you can quickly access in an emergency, and then the rest can be making money off of investments.
I don't really know about the ETF fund, but I know like a lot of because we do research on these things. A lot of these financial investment things, you can't just take money out and when you need it in case of emergency. So you have all your money in investment. Womp womp, you're screwed. You're going to have to take it out, and if you take it out, you're going to have less money. Your money that you brought out is going to be taxed, and then you're going to have less money you're investing, and like you're kind of like in a bad spot there.
Exactly.
So save your money and invest. It's not hard to do.
It's really not.
It's not hard to do. Also, her whole stick of how to make $1 million, get a good job. Oh, thank you, ma'am. I wouldn't thought about that.
Yes, get a good job. And then like talking about being bored with traveling and like clubbing and stuff, it's just self-control. Like if it's not productive for the future and it's really not benefiting you that much, then there's other things you can do rather than having to spend money to have fun. Yeah,
truly. Also, how about you don't spend all your money when you're in your early age? Because they always tell you to start investing when you're in your early age. You can just go do things. Just have moderation. That's all the cakes. This moderation. Also, you don't even need to make $1 million. Just make enough till you can live.
Exactly.
Everyone always trying to go for $1 million, and then they don't know what to do with it.
They really don't.
No.
Like all you have to do is just be strategic with money.
Yeah.
And then just make sure you don't have any debt. That way you don't have to worry about bills and stuff.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, it's cool if you make $1 million. That will kind of have you set for a second. You don't really need that $1 million. Worry about that in the future. You know, that's where it should be coming from, the future. All your investments and stuff. How about you just, make sure you can live correctly and be in a good spot.
Exactly.
Don't worry about the $1 million yet.
And if you're smart with the money, you can make that $1 million slowly. And like by the time you're retiring, you could have that $1 million in the bank account.
And then you can travel the world.
Yup.
With $1 million.
Or not. You can just sit in your $1 million comfortable.
Yeah.
Not having to do anything.
Exactly.
That's the life.
Yeah.
I didn't go from negative bank accounts to a 6-figure net worth by just hoping that it was going to happen. And one of the major keys to get me there was a budget. So let me show you how. Before we get started, please understand that your budget is the vehicle, okay, that is going to take you from this over here, broke, no savings, no progress, no nothing, over to hitting your goals, getting 6 months expenses saved, getting a month ahead on your bills, whatever your goals are. That is the vehicle, your budget. Years ago, I created a budgeting method that I still use to this day, which is called the MOP method. M is monthly overview, O is organized calendar, and P is your paycheck budget. You will do steps M and O on the start of the month, and you will do the paycheck budget every payday. These 2 steps are to basically lay out all of your goals for the month, all of what you think you want to happen for the month, and then your paycheck budget budgets out your real money against your plans. By the way, if you want to learn how to do this whole process step by step for your situation, go check out the Create Your Budget mini course. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, before you even start budgeting out anything, you need to write any debt goals that you have for this check and any savings goals that you have from this check. And if you did your monthly overview, you should already have those goals. You also need to know how much is your check, and we will calculate the total expense amount. First, you need to list out any of your staples that are due for this paycheck. And what staples are is your fixed expenses, your bills, your things that have due dates. By the way, this will be very easy to do if you've already done your organized calendar, because taking that calendar means that you have laid out your bills versus your checks so you can see which bills are due on which check. When you've listed off all the bills that are due, now you need to total them up, and you can also calculate the percentage of income if you want to. Next, you need to list out your spending categories. These are your variable expenses, so things like grocery, gas, eating out, coffee, kid stuff, self-care, whatever you spend throughout the month and is important to you, it needs to go here. This is where it's very important to know your spending habits. That way you know that if you really enjoy eating out or fast food or getting coffee, you can give yourself a limit for that category so that you can still enjoy those things, but you have a limit so you're not going to go over. You're then going to total those things up, and you're going to add these 2 totals together and put those in your total expense up here. You are then going to subtract that expense amount from your check amount to get your leftover, and this is what we're going to use to allocate out to savings. Your savings funds can be anything you want to. I would definitely recommend that you start an emergency fund if you don't have that already, but you can also save for a new car, for vacation. This is anything you want to save for future that you know is coming. So just like that, you have a plan for your paycheck so that you're not just going to go out and blow your money. You're going to move closer towards your goals. I would suggest you set up a different bank account for bills and send all of this bill money to that. Then you can pull these out and cash stuff them in envelopes if you want to, or you can send these to different bank accounts. And then you're going to send your savings funds to a high yield savings account. If you show up month over month and you work with your money and you budget your money and you make plans for your money, then you are going to see progress with consistency. I promise you, keep doing this month over month and you will see your goals start to come to life. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And like I said, if you want these worksheets or you want to go through the whole MOP method step by step with my help, go check out the Create Your Budget mini course. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up for yourself and your money. Be consistent, and I promise you'll see results. You got this, friend.
So that's a good visual.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing to say. It's a budget. That's yeah. That's the thing.
We have things like that in the resources section in the description, and we're making more in the process. Yeah. But yeah, if you need like a visual, this is really nice. You can make one of these too. Exactly.
The one thing I would like to say though, in my advice, don't make yourself miserable in your budget. Allocate money, most of your money to like bills, most of the money to savings. You can always have money for yourself. Because I think that's a real big issue with a lot of people. They make themselves miserable with savings. I gotta save. It takes time. That's because you budget like once doesn't mean you're gonna be rolling in the dough. Sometimes stuff's gonna happen. Sometimes your budget's not gonna work out because of things actually happening. So just don't try to make yourself miserable with it.
Unless you're like me, like when I was trying to get out of debt, it wasn't that much. So just had to be miserable for a little bit, but then like after that, it's like unlimited happiness. So it depends on your situation.
Yeah, it's just don't try to make yourself miserable with it. Just try your best.
Yeah.
Hey girl, thank you so much for your DM. Unfortunately, I can't tell you exactly where you should be at on your financial journey right now. I don't think anyone can. It's all up to you and whatever your goals are and what you want to achieve in life. But I just happen to be the big sister of a 21-year-old who happens to be turning 22 today. Happy birthday, little sis. And I'm going to give you some financial advice to help you on your financial journey. Some of the same things that I would tell my little sis. All right, first things first, you don't have to be everywhere doing everything with everybody. That is the quickest way to spend up all your money. Number 2, make sure the people you hang with are solid. Your net worth is your net worth. Number 3, if you're able to, stay at home as long as you can. Trust me, nothing beats saving and building that solid foundation while living under somebody else's roof with paying the bills. If you have the luxury of still staying at home and not paying the bills, make sure that you're actually saving and pretending like you're paying bills. This will help you to prepare for the time where you do want to move out and live on your own. Number 4, don't get in the habit of spending more than what you make. It is what it is. Number 5 is the most important thing. Make sure you start saving right now, today. It's very important. Compound interest is a real thing. And trust me, when life starts happening, if it hasn't already happened already, it will. You're going to want to save yourself. But not only that, girl, you're at the age where your friends are going to be calling, wanting to do the weekend spontaneous trips, want to go to the concerts and do all the things. And you're going to want to do all the things. So make sure you're not only saving for life to happen, but also for the fun. All right, number 6 is very important. Do not compare yourselves to others. This is your race, your pace, so you do your own thing. Trust me, everything that you see up here on this internet is not the truth. A lot of it is a lie. So do with that what you will. Oh, this has been fun, everybody. I wish I could continue this, but unfortunately, I'm out of time. Little sis, happy 22nd birthday. I hope you enjoy every moment of it. Y'all make sure you wish her a happy birthday in the comments. To my little sis in my DM, I hope that this advice will help you along your financial journey as you're starting out. Much success to both of y'all.
I don't think anyone to nurse her happy birthday in the comments.
Happy birthday.
Truly, like, yeah. With that, like, that's one thing. Another piece of advice I have for you, and this is like a harsh one in my eyes. Get cheaper hobbies.
Please.
Get cheaper hobbies. It sucks. I know it sucks, but certain hobbies is really just drain your pockets.
And there's like free stuff that you can do with those hobbies too, and there's hobbies that are actually free.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Let's say here gaming. I'm a gaming hobbyist. How about you don't buy that mega super duper cool PC and you just go on Facebook Marketplace and buy the best PC you see, make them play a game on it, make sure that it works.
Yeah.
And then wait for free games to come out.
Exactly.
All stuff like that.
And for real, if you can stay home with your parents and not pay bills and try to make like $1,000 a month, in 5 years, you pretty much just have like 100K at that point, somewhere around it, and you will be set for like a good down payment or maybe like a cheap house somewhere. Yeah.
Knowing if I would stay at home, I would have been quote unquote saving money, but I would still have to help out with some bills because they're having a hard time sometimes.
Yeah. That's what sucks about it.
Yeah.
But try. Just try.
Just try. That's what you're going to do. Just try.
Yeah.
Here are 7 financial tips for young adults. 1. Budget using the 50-30-20 rule. This is where 50% of your income goes towards your needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% towards saving and investing. 2. Keep a 3-month emergency fund. This is going to be your financial safety net for challenging times like huge unexpected expenses or if you lose a job. Just take all of your bills and multiply by 3, and that's how much money you should have for your emergency fund. 3. Put your money into a credit union. Credit unions are for the people, therefore they typically offer higher interest rates on savings accounts and lower rates on loans and credit cards, helping you save a lot more money. 4. Build credit responsibly. You want to maintain a good credit score by making timely payments on bills and loans and keeping your credit card balances low. A good credit score is going to qualify you for better interest rates on loans and other financial products. 5. Live within your means. Avoid overspending trying to keep up with the lifestyles of other people. Do you want to actually have money or just look like you have money? 6. When paying off debt, use the snowball method to pay it off faster. And 7. Review your finances at least once a week. Do this to stay on top of your budget, track your spending, and ensure you're on track to meet your financial goals. This is going to help you avoid unnecessary debt, identify savings opportunities, and make informed decisions about investments and expenses. But try these out and like for a part 2. Hope this helps, guys. Here.
Tip number 1 for me: get out of that apartment, dog. Where are you at? That looks expensive.
Yeah, that was mad expensive. $4,000 a month or something.
No, because we live in Virginia Beach. We have one down here. We toured it just because we want to see what it looks like. Man, stuff like that, all that area, it was like $2,000 down here, like $2,500, ridiculous.
And most likely like $4,000 at this point because that was like a couple years ago, and rent increases. So
yeah, places with common areas kind of be the worst ones. because they make you pay for the common area stuff, and no one be using them either.
Exactly.
It's crazy part.
It's actually insane.
I'm not trying to pocket watch though.
Well, if it's working, I guess.
If it works for you,
for 'em.
yeah.
It's not gonna work for me.
They really never talk about how they get their money. I want to know. I want to be informed. Are you selling courses? Do you have a like a 6-figure job? What are you doing?
Selling something else on the street.
Yeah. I feel like drug dealers have the best
No, for
financial
real.
advice. They just say, because they save their money, they just keep it in like a it's not compounding, but they have it in a mattress. So here's some illegal financial advice. You can report your drug money to the IRS. They can't do nothing about it. All they care about is the taxes. They're not legally allowed to do anything to you.
I still wouldn't want a paper trail of the things that I'm doing on the street, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think they can. Well, the judge has to know. They can request a warrant to look into your taxes.
Yep.
Which sucks, but still, it'll help you not get arrested for a while because they'll arrest you for not doing your taxes.
I guess so. Just make up something else at that point.
Money laundering?
I guess so.
That's a crime. You can't do that.
Well, I don't know.
It'd be easier for you to pay taxes. That's all I gotta say, though.
Well, if you're a parent, just talk to your kids about this stuff and have conversations because it's important. Because a lot of people get out to the world unprepared.
Yeah. Schools does not teach you enough about taxes and money and financial stuff. So honestly, it would have been really helpful if I was taught about this stuff before.
Yep.
Oh well.
Well, all you can do now is learn, I guess.
So go learn. Go read a book.
Yes.
That'll help out a lot.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I didn't even close it out yet.
Oh, snap. My bad.
Well, thank you for watching the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, and please get us to 1,000 subscribers.
I can say bye now.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.